wearing the same thing as the last video because it's the same day and just a couple of hours later. I have been out, and it's really hot outside, and I'm really warm and hot and sticky and yeah. So please ignore my face. It's kind of melting, but I just want to do this very quickly before I change. Yeah, I was out and just doing some errands. Actually, I was just going to go out to buy rabbit food, but I ended up on, I think, like a two-hour walk, do some shopping and just walking basically. But I got a heart bag, originally from Topshop. I wanted one for quite some time, but I don't know, I just haven't bought one until now. I'm stupid sometimes, but now I have one. It's great. Found it secondhand. And also in a very funny, cute store, I found these. They're like a tiny bowl. I don't know what you should have in it. Maybe ice cream. But I thought it was so cute, so I had to buy it. I have so many ridiculous things like this. Yeah. Like Lolita fashion isn't just clothes, it tends to infect everything in your life, and in the end your home looks like a Lolita store, pretty much. So, but that was nice. And also, when you're wearing Lolita, things happen. You meet people and people start to talk to you, and things that probably won't happen to normal people in normal clothes. Like, I just bought an ice cream and I was just walking, doing my thing, and I had noticed earlier a person with like a big camera, like the TV camera, like the big thing, on the street. And when I was just walking, a woman came up to me and she was like, "Hey, we are doing a TV show, blah blah blah, about diversity, I think, about people with different styles and appearances and so on and so on. So, do you want to join?" I'm like, okay, I can do that. And basically I just had to look into the camera for a few seconds and that was it. So I would probably be on TV sometime. She said spring, so it quite some time until then, but hey, I might be on TV. So that's kind of what can happen when you wear Lolita. And I'd say it's not the first time. I have been like interviewed a couple of times and filmed a couple of times, and normally I don't really care where it ends up. I'm like, oh. And I've been in a music video, and yeah, so when you're Lolita, people will come up to you and talk to you and want to be on TV. So yeah, I kind of regret that time when he's a celebrity, a Swedish celebrity. It was at a crown princess wedding, and I had dressed up in Lolita quite ridiculously, in pink and red and white and hearts everywhere and just very frilly. And he came up to me and asked to interview me on TV, and I was like, no. I said no, I regret that. Like, if it happened today, I would be all like, yeah, sure, why not? But that time I was so shy and didn't have much confidence, so I said no. It's a shame. Anyway, that was then. And when I finally reached the store to get the bunny food, like 2 hours later, there was a girl that passed by me and she was like, "Hey, are you a Lolita?" I'm like, "Yeah." She was like, "Oh, I'm a Lolita too, but I'm not dressed as one right now and I don't have any Lolita friends." And I'm like, "Oh, but we have a Lolita community." But join us on Facebook. I mean, I don't know. It just felt so... I mean, it's really nice. It's really good. So I really hope she will join. It just felt so strange. No, it's not strange, but when you think about it, people talk to me just because of the clothing. And even though I've gotten used to it, it's sometimes you're like, oh, alright. Because if I walked around in my normal clothes, no one would come up to me and ask me to be on TV or such. It's just because of the clothing. And people start asking questions and such. And the TV lady, she asked me a lot of questions about Lolita fashion. And I think it's really fun to talk about Lolita fashion and talk about our community. And but she was like, "Oh, is there music and other things?" I'm like, "No, it's just clothes." But so I guess people think it's a subculture, and it is, but it's just clothes. It's just fashion. But I guess people have a hard time to understand that. But it was really fun anyway, and I kind of would like to see the show, but I probably won't because I don't have a TV. So we will see. Yeah, it's actually really fun to walk out in Lolita because you meet a lot of people and people start talking to you. What was that? Yeah, and people start talking to you. Mostly about the fashion, and they ask a question about fashion. And most of the time I actually think it's fun and I enjoy talking about it and as such. It's not fun when people are being rude or stupid, but when people are nice, it's just fun. I don't know what I wanted to say with this, not really, just that wearing Lolita makes people come and talk to you, and sometimes a bit strange things happen, things that probably wouldn't happen if you had your normal clothes. And sometimes it's bad things, but most of the time it's actually good things. I don't know what the craziest thing that have happened to me is. There have been so many things, so I don't know. I don't recall any of them right now. But it would be fun to hear what you have experienced or you think you might experience. It's kind of fun to know what happens to people, what happens in their life. If you wear Lolita, things will happen, good and bad. Or actually, more I should say, if you wear Lolita in public, things will happen, both good and bad, and hopefully good, and hopefully not very, very bad. Hopefully not bad at all. Thank you for watching. Bye.